In a peaceful village, there lived a father whose heart overflowed with love for his two sons. The older son was faithful and steady. The younger son, restless and yearning for something more, gazed beyond the horizon. One day the younger son approached his father with a bold request. "Father, give me my share of the estate." Yet the father divided his property between them. The young man gathered all he had and set off for a distant country, leaving behind the love that had always surrounded him. In that far-off land the young son lived as if there were no tomorrow. Money flowed like water through his hands as he indulged in wild living. But seasons change and fortunes fade. His wealth disappeared, and the young man found himself utterly alone. Then a severe famine swept through the land, and desperation took hold. The once proud son now found himself feeding pigs, his stomach aching with hunger. He longed to fill his belly with the pods the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. In that moment of utter brokenness, something stirred within him. "I will arise and go to my father," he whispered. "I will say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.'" With trembling hope he rose and began the long journey home. While he was still a long way off, his father saw him. The old man had been watching, waiting. Filled with compassion, he ran to his son. He threw his arms around his son and kissed him. The son began his confession, but the father was already calling for the finest robe, a ring for his finger, sandals for his feet. "My son has come home." The house erupted in celebration. Music filled the air. But the older son, returning from the fields, heard the celebration and grew angry. He refused to join the feast. Yet the father pleaded with him. "Son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." As the celebration continued, the truth of grace shone like a beacon. "For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." This is not just an ancient story, but a timeless truth. No matter how far you wander, no matter how deep you fall, God's grace is always waiting. His arms are open wide, ready to welcome you home. The Father is watching, hoping, longing for your return. Come home.